Defeat at Lime Meadow this afternoon against Sky Bet League 2 Walsall side. Just firstly, give me your overall thoughts, because I thought that was impressive out there this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a good day for the football club to have League 2 opposition, Football League opposition come down. They brought pretty much two teams to, 245s, some fans with them as well, which was nice. So it's been a really good day for the football club as a whole. Probably took us 5 minutes to get up to the level of the game. Once we got up to the level of the game, I was really pleased with the first half performance. We know that in the next 2 weeks we're doing a lot of work out of possession, and I was pleased with the structure of the out of possession work. The block that turned into the press at times was really good, and we're strong through the middle of the pitch, which is everything that I wanted. Look, they had a couple of chances, so did we. We hit the bar, they hit the bar. Proper pre-season game in that regard, but I was really pleased with what I saw, especially first half. We made lots of changes in the second half. Game becomes, a pre-season friendly. I think we made 6 changes, and obviously they changed their team at half time. So I think the second half was a bit more disjointed, if I'm being totally honest with you. We had one sort of attacking moment with Connor on the edge of the box. Other than that, didn't really threaten their goal. So it's something that we've got to look at, but I was really pleased overall with what I saw.
And how can you use today's game to sort of enhance the learning for the group and taking it forward from today? Because I mean, out there again, it's Sky Bet League 2 side, so out of possession was really good. In possession, I thought we got up the pitch, we started creating opportunities, but how can you use that learning to go forward?
Like I say, we know that the next 2 weeks we've got, obviously Walsall came today, we've got Halifax coming next week with Raiders in between in the midweek. We know that we are going to be tested out of possession, so it's a perfect opportunity for us to set that structure, set up a block, set up our press, clarify some roles and responsibilities. And I've said it all along, they're going to get it wrong at times, because that's what pre-season's for. It's for players to feel their roles and responsibilities, feel the distances, and because we're in that moment, at times it will go wrong. And as long as I've always said, we're building towards the 10th of August. We're building towards the 10th of August, and by then we'll have it nailed down, because that was a brilliant start, especially first half. It's a brilliant start.
As I just mentioned, I think that the more you actually matched an EFL side for a large chunk of that first half, and even in spells in second half. So that must be really pleasing on your side to see that sort of performance out there.
Yeah, definitely. I like I say, out of possession focus. However, in the first half, especially in possession, there were moments where we started to marry it up, and we're 2 games in against, like you say, Sky Bet League 2 opposition. So that was really, I was really pleased with how we married it up. It's going to get better. It has to get better. We know that. Of course, we've got the 4 weeks to get it better. Not a problem. The boys' Thursday night training was really pleasing for me from a social, from a psychological point of view, because the boys were demanding off each other, so it didn't have to come from me, which is a massive start, especially this early in pre-season. And you could kind of see that in spells today, especially first half, like I say. I think the big thing now is we've got to start to marry first half and second half up. Changes don't help, and I mean that in the regard of, in a league game, if you're making changes every 10 minutes, it becomes disjointed. Boys have got to know they've just got to be able to slot in and maintain a level of performance. That's all to come, but I'm really pleased with where we're at.
And on to the next one. It's now the 3rd pre-season friendly of the summer. What things do you expect? And obviously you want to keep the same thing, but obviously you said try and marry the 2 things up in the next game. Potentially you could try and see that happen. Yeah,
maybe we've got to get some more minutes in a few of the boys' legs. Some of the boys got 90 minutes today, quite early on in pre-season, so we'll have to have a look at that. And like I say, we just keep building. We keep building on performances both in and out of possession, whether it be when we're high pressing or whether we're sort of shutting up the middle of the pitch. We'll keep looking to marry that up. I think the other tough bit for us this week, we've lost quite a few first team bodies to injury. Some freak a freak sort of night for us. So we are a few bodies down in terms of first team players, which again doesn't help. It doesn't help when you're going deep into the game. But we're not risking anybody. So people like Dougie, for example, Dougie probably, if it was a league game, well, I know he could have played. But you know, like I said, we're building towards the 10th of August. So we're looking to marry it up, but we've also got to be careful with you know, not overloading the players and pushing them too early, because I need them fit for August the 10th.
And just a word on the fans. Obviously, we haven't been here since the back end of April, so how nice to see them again and see the smiles on the faces. And looking at the performance, they must have been really pleased with it as well. The first half, just as much as any of us.
I hope so. Obviously, we've made a few signings that they'll become more familiar with, so it's the first time that they would have seen those new signings, and I think hopefully they could see where we're looking at going from a performance point of view, and also from a sort of a mentality point of view. And like I say, at the moment we've got through 45 minutes of a really strong performance. We were okay in patches in the second half. We've got to try and marry it up, which we will, and hopefully they'll see that in the coming weeks.